Before we get started for the evening, though, this is an exciting time because I want to make a little character update video for this guy, and let it be known that I do want to make it like a 9.2.5 Fury Warrior guide and an add-ons update. But since we're logged into PoE tonight and we made some really big gains today, I want to show you guys what we're working with. So this is sort of something we've been working on fairly steadily over time, mostly just by farming currency and working on my character. We are currently level 92, which is pretty exciting. We've been dying a lot, so we've been 92 for a while. But all things considered, we're doing good. We've been, you know, playing the softcore strat of like trying to push content and dying a lot. I don't like dying a lot, but you know, we were able to farm up some currency. We spent a lot of that currency tonight, or today, earlier. So we spent a bunch of it. We're like 2C, sorry, not 2C. We spent like 2 exalts and 3 exalts worth of, like 2 exalts and then a little bit of extra chaos to make an exalt for this chest piece I'm about to show you guys. We spent a couple chaos on rings. I spent a couple chaos on an amulet. But yeah, sorry, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. But what's up, guys? Like I said, we're just getting started with the little character update. So the main thing that we needed to do was get a chest piece that had minus 15 total to mana cost. And the reason why we needed to do that is because we needed to free ourselves up from the Praxis ring we were using so we could get more resistances, more damage, more stuff. And we actually got a really good one because we also, what we needed on chest was also this extra crit chance thing. And if you'll notice, the minus mana cost and the crit are both suffixes. So we can actually still re-roll the armor, the life, and what's the other prefix? And the physical damage reflected, which is good. And we can maybe try to find a way to get rid of the life per second and craft on 2 curses, which I think is a suffix too. But anyway, we got what we needed, which is the minus mana cost and crit chest piece, which allowed us to get a new ring instead of Praxis. This gives me a ton of dexterity, so I can level up some of my dexterity gems. It's got life on it. It's got good old extra physical damage to it and resistances, so that's pretty solid. And we also got to make this thing. So what we did for this is we found an amulet with fractured global crit and global crit strike multiplier, and then we kept rolling that with was it the essences of torment, these guys, or contempt to try to get extra physical damage. And then we just kept rolling that until it gave us extra physical damage and life. So we got a T1 life roll on there and a half decent amount of physical damage. And then we crafted increased AoE and increased area damage. Eventually we'd like to put increased damage while leeching. I just don't have that yet. So that's where we're at. We also did upgrade our belt just to have it be more life and still good resistances. I think since the last video about my character update, we did upgrade my weapon. That was a while ago. We need to upgrade the weapon again. But this just gives me, you know, some damage, some crit strike multiplier, and some accuracy. What we need on my next staff is going to be crit chance, kind of like we had on the chest piece. That's what we need on the next one. That's one of the reasons why our damage is not as high as it should be, is because we need crit chance. So that weapon, the upgrade is going to cost me like 10 exalts, so we got some farming to do. We still have the same old gloves, just with some crafted life, some resistances, extra melee damage with physical. It's a teeny amount of physical damage. I think I may have upgraded the boots too, just slightly, which is just like life, resists, movement speed with some crafted armor on it. And the helmet is really cool. We got a blood and sand, has increased buff effect, which is nuts. And we crafted some of the eldritch things on there, which I don't think are that important. I can't even be frozen anymore, so I need to like fix the helmet. I'll probably do that in a second. We got armor, life, resistances, more armor. I mean, some solid stuff. And we've been playing this character pretty ethically. And we have been getting a lot of help from my buddy Bam TKO in terms of like guidance on like how to upgrade stuff, and he's been doing some shopping for me. He'll go find items on the trade website, and I'll message the person and pay him. I'll actually do the trade, or sometimes he'll do the trade, and then I'll just pay him back. So we've been doing it pretty ethically. I've been using my currency for my stuff. We've had some gigabogged characters before, like my Shield Crush Glad. We just got like fed insane gear from the stream. That was fun, but I want to do this a little bit more ethically this time, and it's going pretty good. It's pretty fun. I will link my path of building for you guys so you can see that kind of stuff, but overall, like, you don't really want to get too dug deep into the offense, but basically, because this stuff is not accurate, but I guess I have around a 42% chance to crit, which we want to bump up, and baseline crit multi is almost 400%, but I think it's more than that against like elites and rares, because we have, I guess I can show you that on this link gear too. This is the same thing as last time, but to go over it again, we do have a mark on hit with Assassin's Mark, and everything that I have is on life tap, which I don't even know if do we still need to life tap this stuff. If it's, yeah, we do. We still need to life tap everything, because Cyclone is free, but everything else would cost a little bit more than we have. And we currently have 26 mana total, so we're gonna try to bring that down even more by upgrading precision, basically. But anyway, so we have Molten Shell, we have life tap support, Mark doing Assassin's Mark. Eventually, we're gonna be able to get 2 marks or 2 curses or whatever. We'll curse with vulnerability, I guess, which would be sick, but we don't have that yet. And then we have to do that with Mark on hit. We have Frost Blink, or linked with Blood Rage, linked with life tap. So both of these are just life tapped, and then we have Dread Banner. So all my buffs are like Dread Banner. Then we have Blood and Sand. We have Pride. We have Determination. We have Herald of Purity. We have Precision. All those linked up in my weapon now because the chest has the minus mana thing. We have all that linked up with an Enlighten in my weapon, so my whole aura setup is looking pretty good. Then we've got the 2 totems, Ancestral Protector and Vol Ancestral War Chief, with Maim and Life Tap. And then we have the Anoint is Panopticon, so that I can have those totems do more damage, and I put them both down, and they give me buffs. The reason I'm able to put them both down is because you can put a Vol totem down with another totem, so I get big attack speed and big damage buffs. And then for my main skill, we have Cyclone, linked with Shockwave, Pulverize, Awaken Physical Melee, which I got for 20C today, which is pretty cool. Brutality, and then Infused Channeling. And then I just, like, fairly recently did the, you can trade in a level 20 gem with 1 GCP, and the vendor will spit you back out a level 1 gem with 20 quality. So that's pretty cool. We did that on a lot of my items, which is pretty nice. Not this one. We probably eventually might just need to quality a couple things up, but that's the gem setup. I have Molten Shell on left click, so it goes off automatically. Dread Banner, I sometimes use it, so I do have it on an activated thing. This whole other page is just all my buffs. Then I have Cyclone on right click, Frostblink on space, Blood Rage on my mouse. I do use the scimitar. Use that for this, and I have my totems there, and then I have Molten Shell, where I still have it bound, so I can activate it while I'm blade swinging without interrupting my Cyclone. So I can still press it, like, while I'm doing it, right? Just pop it, so that I have my extra armor. For my actual skill tree, I guess we can start off with the Slayer thing. If you guys seen the first build update, then that's good too. Nothing has really changed with this, obviously, but we do have the increased AoE, increased damage. We have the accuracy, melee strike range, and then your AoE increases as you kill things, and you deal more damage when they're close to you, so that works really well with Pride, and we work well with Intimidate too. I have a pair of Tomb Fists that we can set up for Intimidate, but we just need to get my resistance going the right way. We have the big old Leech node. This is really cool for Slayer, is that life leech effects are not removed, like on full life. They usually are, but they're not now. And you also take less damage, and you have better life leech recovery rate. Attack speed, you just do more damage. You kill something recently, you can't take reflected damage, which is sick for maps, and at Zeri. And you just do more damage to uniques, which is cool, so you just do more damage in general, more damage to uniques, more attack speed, more damage. And then you have a big 20% culling strike. And you do more attack speed after you kill a rare unique. And then you have more movement speed after you're killing anything. Once again, the POB will be helpful in terms of seeing where we went. But this build also initially was based off Navandis Gaming, so big shoutouts to him. You come down here to grab all these nodes. We grabbed a couple of like the Impale nodes. We grabbed some of the physical damage nodes. And I actually took out a lot of like the extra little masteries I probably didn't need, but I was just using, so we could get jewel sockets. I'd like to get one more jewel socket at level 94, I think is when we get that. Then we can work on other stuff, but we got, like, you know, reduced reservation, we got some staff nodes, we got the crit wheel, which the guide does suggest that we go into these points too, just for extra crit, so I might do that. More staff nodes. We made sure to grab some, like, a little bit of life, not as much life as I usually do, not as much max res, and I actually pulled points out of the max res and put points in this. So I'm a little bit squishier than I probably should be. +2 to all maximum elemental resistance is probably sick. And I may want to try to find a way to make that work. But Fortify Mastery, something I forgot for a while, but this is actually kind of nice to have Fortify Mastery. We have the Defense Mastery, making it so that Determination requires less mana reservation, which is important because we have a bunch of auras that we're running. I took out triple damage chance too, which I might want to go back into, but this is what this looks like for now. And my flasks are kind of jacked up. You don't need to worry with the flasks. I think that pretty much gets us going, right? Except for, I guess, one more thing we can talk about very quickly, as I'll show you this. My Atlas strategy started off as strong boxes and essences and just kind of dinking around. But now what we've gone into, and taking this talent, now what we've gone into is a strategy for blight farming. And blight is interesting, and blight's pretty fun. Not a lot of people do blight, so the blight things are actually pretty cheap. But they are tough. And if you die, then you pretty much lose. But it is pretty fun. The blighted maps sell well, and that's kind of what we're doing right now, is just trying to farm up and find things to sell. We did take a little bit of, like, Exarch nodes to juice that up a little bit. But we still have nodes for, like, some of the shrine stuff. We still have the Harbinger stuff. And we still have a few strong box thingies, just to keep things interesting. And essences. So some of the standard stuff is still there, but the thing that we're actually investing into is this blight stuff. And that's kind of the strat right now, is farming it up. But this character's been a lot of fun. He still has a lot of room to improve. This league has been a blast so far. And even though we're getting our butt kicked in red maps, it's still a good time. So we're going to get to work on this dude tonight. Just wanted to make a character update real quick to let you guys know where we're at. And we'll keep you posted as I hopefully can gain a few more levels, gain a few more talent points, and get a little bit more currency and make some gains to the gear. The next big upgrade being our staff. Looking forward to that. Let's get to work.